Hey guys, it's Christina of CraftyPaws. I wanted to share one more Father's Day card with you guys. This is another design team project for Diemond Dies, and I'm going to just share with you guys all the little things that I did to make this Father's Day card very personalized for my hubby. First off, the Diemond Dies. I used the cross-stitch circle nesting die set. I used the fourth largest one right here to do this background panel, and I did that on shimmery paper because I wanted the little focal point, the little boy and the two puppies, to be highlighted. So I wanted to spotlight them, and I wanted a kind of clean background for that, but I wanted a little texture and interest. So that cross-stitched circle die is perfect just to add that extra little touch. Then I wanted a small frame around it. I didn't want a really thick one, so I didn't want to do another cross-stitch circle. So I used the Dinormous Stack'ems circle nesting die set, also from Diemond Dies, and this is the 11th largest circle. So you can see how nicely they stack together. Now, if you're making a purchase at Diemond Dies, please consider using the coupon code THANKSCHRISTINA with a K for 10% off and free shipping on all orders of $35 or more. These little colorful areas, what I did was I just took some little strips from my scrap box and made little strips just of bands of color essentially, but I wanted a little bit of texture and movement, so I cut this fringe. Now I don't have those little fringe cutting scissors, so what I did was I just took a ruler and marked off every 1/4 inch and then sliced in between the two. So each of these fringes are 1/8 inch in width, and I just did it with plain scissors, and it's a little time consuming without the little fringe cutting scissors, but it's really simple to do. So I did that with pink cardstock and also with this blue cardstock, and then I just added these little bands of strips of cardstock for extra bands of color. For the little golf cart, which I think is so darling, it's from the Greeting Farm I Love Dad stamp set, and this is not their latest release, but one of the last recent ones, and I just think it's so cute. And as many of you guys know, my hubby donated his kidney, one of his kidneys, to my brother who had kidney failure last year, so he can no longer play rough contact sports. He used to play ice hockey, and so now he's kind of more limited to more genteel sports, I guess you could say, and he loves golf. So I wanted to incorporate golf in this card. So the golf cart was perfect. All I did for that was, since the card base was craft cardstock, I just did some clear embossing powder and used my Versamark ink. With the Versamark and clear embossing powder, it just makes it a little bit darker so the image comes out. So I wanted that to be a nice kind of complementary aspect of the card, but I didn't want it to take away from the main focal point. So that's why I did it in kind of a tone on tone, but I love that raised feeling. Well, you know, I just love embossing. So, and then for the little kid, I didn't have a little golfing boy. So what I did was I took the Greeting Farm special delivery, this little boy right here, and I just changed him up a little bit. He's holding a little envelope and he's wearing high tops. And obviously in golf, you're not doing that. So I just put a little bit of washi tape, inked up the stamp, and then pulled off the washi tape from these little areas. And then I just used a Copic multi-liner pen in 0.1 point. That's the thickness of the nib. And with that, it kind of matches up really well with the lines of the Greeting Farm stamps. So this is what I did. I drew in this little golf club that he's holding. I also drew in longer pants. So see, I masked off right here, and then I just drew straight lines and drew a little curve for his little crotch area. And then for his high tops, I just colored in the little bands as if he's wearing saddle shoes, which is the style of golf shoes that my hubby wears. So that's it. I also drew in a little bit of a collar, so it looks like he's wearing a golf shirt rather than a t-shirt. And I think it came out looking very much like he's a little golfer. And I colored him up with the hair color of my hubby. Then for the little puppies, this little cutie patootie looks so much like my bandito, and that is from the Tiny Treats Penny Black stamp set, and it's this little puppy right here sitting on top of the cake. So I just stamped it out, and then I fussy cut around it so that I eliminated the cake. And then, of course, I needed my little biscuit, my miniature poodle, and I didn't have a stamp that would match in kind of the size and the style, so I just doodled this one. You know, it's not a super complicated doodle, and so I just had it kind of mirroring Bandito, and I drew this in. Oh, and I gave them crowns because we call Biscuit Princess Biscotti and Bandito Prince Bandito. And to color in the puppies, I used Tim Holtz Distress markers. I used a Pentel water brush because I wanted a softer look on the puppies and more of a texture, and I think that came out really well. For the little boy, because I want him to be the main focal point, of course, I colored him up with Copic markers, which has kind of a deeper, richer look. And for the little pants, I drew this out on pattern paper, which I repeated down here, so he looks like he's wearing little plaid golfer pants. And the inside, I used two of the sentiments from this I Love Dad stamp set. Stamped that out with VersaFine ink. And then I used this cute little paw print stamp that was gifted to me by Jill, who's Love My Two Pugs One. I absolutely love this. And I just did a little path of paw prints running across the page because, of course, this card is going to be from my puppies to my hubby. I hope you all have a wonderful Father's Day, and if you're not celebrating that, I hope you have a wonderful crafty day. Thanks for watching, everybody.